Hey, what's going on, tribe? It's Red again, just hitting you guys up with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So guys, I'm gonna hit you guys up with a reading because the last couple of days have been kind of busy. It's been on my mind to do the reading, but just other stuff has popped up in my general life. So when I got time, I can squeeze in the readings, and I've got some free time now. So this is going to be a general reading for all the star signs from Aries all the way to Pisces, and it's going to be a timeless reading. So when you come across this video, it's for you. And if any of you are interested in a personal reading, you can send me a DM on Instagram, or you can send me an email. And all my information is going to be in the drop down menu and at the end of every video. Alright, so let's see what what guidance is being called to be shared with the collective. The energies are just so wild right now. I'm not grounded at all. I've just been floating, just been in my own little world, and getting very triggered. Yeah, triggered very easily at the moment. So yeah, let's just see what's popping up in the collective. Alright. So the first card is Surrender to Creativity. And then the card says, let your imagination soar, stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or resolve a problem. So some of you are being called to connect with more with your feminine side, because the divine feminine is more feeling in nature, and more creative in a way to a certain degree, and masculine energies is more logical thinking and more rigid. And some of you are also being called to do some reflection work and some inner child work, or you because creativity and your imagination is your inner child. So if you're using that a lot, you're very connected to your inner child. If not, then you need to start doing that. Some of you may need to yeah, start building a relationship with your inner child, because everyone has an inner child, and the more you neglect your inner child, the more not the more problems, but we're trying to heal the inner child, because our inner child is who we are actually trying to get back to before the trauma and life took over. You know, when everything was all fun and games and life, that's how life is meant to be. I think like most traumas and stuff happens around age 7 to 9, I think, and that's when your ego creates your defense mechanisms and how your ego and stuff is going to be. So we're trying to unlearn that, if that makes sense, and that can take a lifetime. It's not easy, but the more you connect with your inner child, the more healing you get done and the trauma gets processed. And then the next card is Surrender to Low Self-Esteem. And then the card says, you deserve success, love and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. Some of you are being called to work with your solar plexus chakra. It's yellow. And that's funny, the card's yellow as well. Sunflower. Yeah. Low self-esteem, willpower and confidence all get stimulated through the solar plexus chakra. So some of you may have a blocked solar plexus chakra, and it's stopping you from pursuing or progressing. Like, say for instance, you wanted to meet a new girl or something, or you saw a girl and you liked her and you didn't want to approach her because you felt unconfident or something. That's because you got a blockage in your solar plexus chakra, because you should be able to go and just speak to anyone to a certain degree. Some of you may have addiction problems at the moment as well, or just drinking a bit too much. Some of you also drink to give you a full sense of confidence. And then the next card is Surrender to your full power. And then the card says, your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than play it small. So you're being called to step into your divine being. You know, when most of the time I call people kings and queens, obviously we're not all perfect, right? That's fine. But if you want to be a king, you got to start carrying yourself like a king or a queen. You got to start making them decisions. Like, would a king do them kind of movements? You know, like the way I carry myself now. Yeah, I've got to start making decisions that are going to be more beneficial. Should I say, like doing certain things or going certain places? Is it going to be beneficial, or is it higher in my vibration, or is it lowering it, or am I growing from experience, or am I staying stagnant? You know. So yeah, you've been called to step into your full power, and some of you are stuck in the ego. You need to release the ego, man. The ego is holding you back from being who you're meant to be. So you're also being called to more commit to your spiritual practices, meditating, getting out in nature. Nature is so important at the moment. Breath work, grounding, crystal healing, Reiki. I'm not taking all them, guys. You're not having that madness. I'll take that one though. Or them two. So the next card is surrender to miracles. And then the card says, be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. So miracles, start paying attention to the small miracles, and you start seeing the bigger miracles unfold. Like, say for instance, it keeps popping up as well. If you're running for the bus and the bus driver stops and lets you get on the bus, that's a miracle. Even technically finding a penny is a miracle, because you found money. Doesn't matter what the amount is, you're still up from what you previously had, right? So if you start noticing the small miracles, you'll start attracting the bigger miracles, because you start being grateful for the smaller ones. It's just how the universe works. It's funny, like I find pennies all the time, and pennies are also signs from your angels as well, and your guides trying to guide to say you're on the right path. But every time I find a penny, I think, oh yeah, I'm up like a penny. It sounds so stupid, and then that comes back like 3 times, like times 3, like when I'm grateful. Like a few months ago, I found a tenner like in the woods. Like, who finds a tenner in the woods? Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's weird. But yeah, you're also being called to be do a gratitude list. Some of you may already have a gratitude list, but a gratitude list helps you raise your vibration. The next card is surrender to joy, and then the card says, a key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. So yeah, you just gotta you're being called to see the good in bad situations, even though every situation has got something to teach us, whether it's good or bad, and it's our attachment, our human attachment to that. You know, like what Yoda said, learn to let go of the things you fear to lose. That's like, as soon as you manage to, that's kind of the art of non-attachment, and that's something I've been practicing as well. The more you get less attached to things, the so much easier life flows. I swear down, like you don't get I don't get controlled by material things. You know, someone lose their phone and have a panic attack and shit. It's like I've come to a point where it's like, yeah, I don't really need it. It's a piece of, like, I can get a new one if I really wanted to get a new one. Do you know what I mean? Or like yeah, it's more it's kind of that Rastafarian thing, like being a minimalist and kind of living from not just what you need in it. That's where I'm kind of coming from, which is kind of strange. Like, yeah, you know, like once your cup is full, then you can share. Do you know what I'm saying? Not hoarding and shit. It's just weird. But yeah, the art of non-attachment is a good lesson to practice, guys. Yeah, like get rid of old things that you don't need. Like something small, just saying, yeah, no, I can get rid of that. I don't need have a purpose for it no more. Or give it to the homeless, man. That's what I do, and it makes letting go of things so much easier. And the next card is surrender to unhealthy relationships. And then the card says, let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treated by others and to be surrounded by positive people. So at this time, the energy is wild. And there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening energies wise. Like, there's a lot of twin flame energies going on, and love is in the air at the moment. It sounds really, yeah, love is in the air. But it depends what you're looking to manifest and where you're at in your journey. And because the energy is so, what's the word? The energy is just all over the place. It's trying to realign from the shift, obviously shifting from 3D to 5D, Age of Aquarius, planetary shit, retrogrades, all of that stuff. It's having an effect on the energy. So being kind of cool to keep your energy to yourself, and because if you're a healer or empath or light work or starseed, you're going to be very sensitive to any energy. So even you're being called to kind of keep your energy to yourself at this time and not involve yourself in relationships that can be like toxic or unhealthy, because it's going to have an effect on you if you're trying to heal and explore yourself at this time. Because at this time it's very yeah, there's a lot of healing going on. We're going through a great purge, collective purge, getting rid of what no longer serves us. And it's a lot. It's a lot. So the more alone time you have, the more you get to process shit, like internally. Some people try to avoid, some people don't like sitting with themselves and will do anything to sit with themselves and process shit. So being a workaholic, having sex with multiple partners to keep their mind going, going to the gym obsessively, having OCD and stuff to keep their mind off of themselves, if that makes sense, is a distraction. So yeah, you're being called to kind of just watch your relationships, maybe family members, romantic, or business partners, relationships as well. So just keep an eye out, and some of you need to do some cord cutting as well to unhealthy relationships that no longer serve you, or past lives maybe. And the next card is surrender to fear. And then the card says, let go of fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. So yeah, you're kind of being called to surrender to fear. Like I keep saying, there's only two main emotions in the universe: love or fear. Love is all spirit, and fear is all ego. So your fear is just going to keep you stuck, and it won't want you stepping outside your comfort zone. That is all ego. You can't do this. The monkey mind, like all the chatter in your head, that's all ego. Once you learn to meditate and take a step back and not get attached to your thoughts, you can focus, you're not getting too attached and drawn in and beating yourself up with your thoughts. Because I used to go through a thing of just talking down to myself, like, you can't do this and certain things and stuff, and it's like, dude, like, why are you talking to yourself like that? And that's all ego. Ego's got trauma and process shit, and yeah, trying to dig things out and all that. But yeah, when you start learning to kind of affirmations and stuff, it's about taming the ego, because the ego is also the inner child, being rebellious. So if you talk to and comfort your ego, it responds the same way as you do to your inner child. So if fearful thoughts come up, if you talk to yourself like, it's okay to feel, like, talk to a child like, it's okay to feel the way you do. Take some deep breaths and relax, and take some time out, go for a little walk or something. Like, listen, this took mastery. Yeah, I've been on my job. And the ego doesn't get so scared, and you start building a relationship with your ego. You know, like, oh, I shouldn't do that. Why shouldn't you do that? Question yourself. Why shouldn't you do it? We might get hurt. What's the possibilities of it getting hurt? What's the realistic? I don't even know the word. Like, what's the possibility of you getting hurt? If it's really dangerous, then yeah, obviously don't do it. But if the odds are like slim, go and do it. Like, just try. What's the worst you're gonna lose? As long as it's not life threatening. But your soul wouldn't put you in life-threatening situation. Your soul is only here for you to expand and grow. Your ego, it wants to do the complete opposite. It wants to stay still and repeat patterns. And then the next card is surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. So yeah, that's basically saying talking to yourself in a more positive way, trying to be your own best friend, because we actually have to live in the body. So if we're talking shit to ourselves and beating ourselves up, it's not going to be, it's going to be a lot of internal conflict, and that internal conflict is going to project externally. So yeah, you're being called to let go of things that no longer serve you. Once again, outdated beliefs, people, places, things, and just certain ways of being. Like, the ego likes to say I am this, but then you strip away the ego and it's like I am not that, because the ego once you guys have an ego death, things are so different, man. The world is totally different. The person you think you are, that is not who you are. That is all ego. Yeah. And then the next card is surrender the idea you can fix someone. So yeah, sometimes as healers, empaths, we don't like to. We're kind of like, we're going down with the ship. I'm a brother that will go down with the ship. Man will help my fellow man and put my like I'll put, yeah, I'm one of them ones. I'm going down with the ship. Man can't save man, then man will go down with man, in it. Kind of attitude. But we're being called to kind of like, you can't save everyone, and everyone is on their own journey, and it's about accepting that. It's one of my lessons also. And sometimes it's about just letting go and breathing and just saying, okay, yeah, you can. I did try, and you can't fix everyone. Everyone's got their own lessons to learn. But it does suck when you can give people guidance and help people on their path, but they want to experience different experiences, and that's totally fine. But being gifted, if I'm giving advice, it's because sometimes I get foresight, and by doing readings and certain saying certain things, I can see people how people's what timelines they're on sometimes, and by certain decisions you can be on a better timeline, and by obviously making certain decisions you're going to stay in karmic cycles and same repeating patterns which don't need to happen. And I always tend to see, when, like, this is one of my gifts, I see past the ego. So when people come to me, I speak to their ego. I don't speak to your I speak to your soul, not your ego. Sorry, I apologize. So yeah, when we're having a convo, I'm not talking to all that your exterior shit and all what you're trying to be. I am speaking to who you really are. One of my gifts is I strip that away and I see who you really are. So then people in the gym, just using this example, them big wedge brothers, them hench ones, that man can read past that and see that you're insecure and you want attention in the gym, being bare loud, and that man can see that. Man can see your pain in it. Like, it's alright. It's okay. Like, but yeah, we've been called to turn that power more onto us now. Focus on us. Heal the wounded healer. Yeah, heal yourself to the best of your abilities. If you're feeling stuck and you need more healing, get a reading done. Check out some alternative medicine, some plant medicine. Cambo's come across my path of recent, so I'm going to check that out. Ceremony, shamans. Check out your local spiritual shop. To just get some of that self-love into yourself, man. Because we can't save everyone, we can't fix everyone. We can we can fix ourselves to the best of our ability, and that's all we can do. We cannot. Everyone has free will, and we cannot intervene on their journeys to a certain degree. But yeah, that's your reading. That's the thing that you need to surrender. So it's pretty cool. It's not too heavy. The readings are starting to get less heavier as well, because yeah, the readings before used to be quite full on, a lot going on with the heart chakra and stuff. The heart chakra still comes up, but it seems to be getting more things leveling out, and the decisions seem to be getting more easier instead of when before it's like more cutthroat to a certain degree. But yeah, that's your reading, guys. But yeah, if you like the video, like, share, subscribe, don't be shy. Hit the little bell thingy, and if any of you are interested in a personal reading, send me a DM on Instagram or send me an email. And if any of you got any questions or whatever, hit the comments and I'll try my best to answer them. At the moment, I can answer them because yeah, I've got time to answer them, but sometimes I just get bearing and emails and stuff, so it's a lot to deal with. But peace, love, and light, tribe, and I'm going to hit you guys up real soon.